What do you think needs to change? How can we do this?
So yeah, I do think we're
Hmm.
already heading to the right direction with how the teams are being directed, with how coaching is being done, with how structured we are before we actually execute the plan. But we need that. Not that I'm saying that the previous federation isn't well structured or whatever, nothing about that. But the first part would be the actual qualifying total, right? I mean, I get it. It's cool to actually be strong in like, your own nation, you win nationals, that's cool. Excellent work. But how do you fare in comparison to
Hmm.
the other world, Like you got to raise the standard. You got to sort of like, be able to present the best package. And for you to actually be given that opportunity, you need to sort of like qualify in a way that challenges you to be better, challenges you to improve your game. And I think raising the QT is one of those ways. Yeah. Maybe it applies to most weight classes and certain age
So
category.
I think certainly for the open category, if we look at just that pointy end of the pyramid, like just the top, which is the open worlds team, I think the qualifying standards are brilliant. What do you think?
I think it is, the Carpino standards, how things are being calculated, how you're basically trying to push
Hmm.
the top five to be stronger, to have this neck to neck battle. That's where that's where the
Yeah.
fun is in
Yep.
competition, right? That's what
Yep.
people want to see. And that is what makes, the top athletes even better. Just need to find that another gear to actually elevate your game. That's what we need in sport. And I think that's powerlifting in general. The essence
Yeah.
is to push your
Yeah.
limits,
We
right?
well, find new limits, hopefully. Yeah. So how then do we get it to, we want, nationals to have, if we work backwards from that goal of being in the contention as a top ranked team at Worlds, in the teams trophy, if we work back, that means we have to have full teams. Then to get full teams, we need all the weight classes to kind of fill out at nationals, then, don't we? We need 4 or 5 people that are genuinely in contention to be on that team. In your opinion, then, because you've seen a lot of growth, like you were here, like there's a lot of growth just before you come in. You've witnessed a lot of growth. There's a lot of growth now. How do we manage this growth so we can actually fill out all of those weight classes?
So I like to think of a way that if we sort of like want to stand toe to toe with like the rest of the world, we first need to analyze how people are totaling in a certain weight class. Like supposing in like, X
Hmm.
weight class, 74, try and see like the top 10, top 20 total, like how high does these athlete total? And then, take the average based on the 20, the 10s, the 5s, and you compare that
Hmm.
to, your own nation, Australia. And then you do the same thing for national events, take the top 5, top 10, top 20. And then you compare yourself, like how Australia is doing versus the rest of the world. Because like, those are numbers, statistics. Those numbers don't lie. And from there, you can sort of like benchmark on how we need to be doing things. And that's how QT is
Hmm.
supposed to design to be, right? You have to, yeah, I get it. You have to be fair, but you have to be fair in a way that it's realistic. It sort of like highlights what needs to be improved because you have to compare yourself with
Yep.
like the standard, which is the world. And that in itself can then act as like a gauge, a barometer on how lifters in specific weight class
Hmm.
should actually be doing.